Well, hello everyone. I, I live broadcasts. I don't even know. I was trying to please someone and make my I was trying to please someone. I don't even remember who it was. It doesn't matter. I tried to pull my computer closer to me. And I have a Mac. I have an Apple computer. And it's got one of those big screens on it. And so it's got this big round thing. And Apple has their plug made like where it just goes straight in. And so I pulled the thing towards me and it unplugged. Like my computer unplugged. With all my work and all my type B personality, with all my screens and everything, like all my browsers and all my applications running and my patterns and my graphs and charts and all this stuff just completely went away because I unplugged it by pulling it forward because someone wanted me to be closer. So, I'm in a panic mode right now. So I'm waiting on my computer right now. Okay, I've got warning messages coming up on my computer right now. Okay, this is gonna be real. Oh, God. So this is not just me. It's Q&A day, and I always share something more personal. So the other thing that I've been feeling really bad about, since it's usually women, I'm just going to tell y'all. So I have been experiencing a bunch of weird things. So I'd had myself checked out to make sure what things are going good. Well, I ended up having to take progesterone. And it was like a 5-day special thing to help me. And anyway, TMI, but my walls are too thick. So anyway, last week, about Wednesday, it started, maybe Tuesday, it started kicking in. And these levels, like, okay, I've got a warning that I've got to, here, let's snooze. Anyway, I have felt whacked out hormonally, and I'm sorry, my kids keep coming to the window. Y'all go. Hey.
Morgan trying to kill me again. She's trying to kill me again.
I have glass doors to go to my office, and my son goes, "She's trying to kill me again." Okay, that's not true. Anyway, so I have felt whacked out the last several days beyond being sick. And so I have felt these massive panic attacks. And I don't normally have panic attacks. I felt claustrophobic. I'm not claustrophobic. I felt manic. I'm not manic. I felt unjoyful. I felt unhappy. I've been mean. I've been like not myself from this progesterone. It's so awful. And then I was all good today. And then all of a sudden I thought, oh, I'm past this. It's getting out of my system. I'm past this. And then as soon as I pulled that plug on the computer and my broadcast went down, because it like literally, I just tried to move it closer to me. If you're just joining me, we were on the broadcast and I had all these great questions and I was just about to answer some more. And I pulled it to get closer and it unplugged. And then anyway, I'm waiting on everything. It's still rebooting. I had so much running. It's still rebooting. And I'm seeing all these screens fly at me right now. But I'm panicking right now, or I started panicking until I talk. See, when I talk, I feel better. So actually talking to people is better. If I'm alone, then I was just like, ah. And so I started feeling this overwhelm. And so, anyway, I'm just being honest with you guys. There's a lesson in this. There's a lesson in this. I'm just trying to find it. My lesson for me is I have to talk stuff out, and not everybody's like that. But it actually does help me feel better, and it's like how I normalize it. I guess it's an extrovert thing, and I've been told that, but you know, anyway, so to talk it out always helps. I'm being totally honest. I mean, I'm not really answering any questions from what I wish I had those questions in front of me to answer. Let me see if any of this stuff is coming out. Okay. Okay, one of them has restored itself. My password for this is incorrect. Well, I can't do that right now. Stop it. Google Chrome. No, I don't want to. Oh, shh. Okay, I hit the wrong button again. Okay. If you guys have any questions that are related to what I do, please ask me. I'm going to go back and through see your encouraging comments because I know they were there. So, yeah. And I can't put your comments on the screen now because I was using the computer to do that. But at least my voice is synced up with the image. So that's good. Thanks for joining me. My viewership went up as a result of the crazy, probably for me fanning myself and not trying to freak out, which I was already freaking out. Hey everyone. Hey Jill. Hey Tammy. Thanks Melissa. Hi Heather. Yeah, Joanne. Eek is right. Yeah, Lori says, I thought that was the issue. And so I did the same one time. Oh, yeah. And Melissa says, you need a day off, Kristen. Love you, but you need time for you. Yeah, I mean, it's really been helpful, actually, to broadcast only on Monday and Wednesdays now. Man, I hate to go to just one day a week, just because I enjoy seeing you guys. And it's nice to have like Monday where I'm just doing Q&A, and then Wednesday is like where I actually show you something. Do you guys like that? Do you like the 2 days a week, or would you want me to go to one? Because I think a lot of people were like, oh no, when I went down from doing 5 days a week to 4, and then I went from 4 down to 2, it was like, you know, like, oh no. Let's see. Okay. Let me just snooze that. I'm going to give it a little bit. Oh, shoot. My phone's trying to give me directions to where I'm going to go next. I'm like, I am aware. Chris says, oh no, honey, breathe. It should ask you if you want to recover. If I want to recover my stuff, I don't even know if it's going to post that broadcast, honestly. I really don't, because normally it would ask me. I'm having all these folders come up. I want to see, I'm sorry. I just want to see if things got restored. So sorry, y'all. Hugs from Robin. Thanks, Robin. Oh, by the way, seeing Robin's name made me think about this. I had made the decision to, I'm going to once a month, at least once a month, push some of my live broadcasts to YouTube, and to save time, and not have to edit that, which I can go actually, go back to video when it's uploaded on YouTube later. I can actually edit from YouTube, and I don't think I can edit the original one, but I can make a new one that's edited down. So we're going to be posting the unedited. Unfortunately, when we pushed it this last Friday, it didn't actually say live broadcast unedited, which we'll have to start saying. So it was a little confusing to people, because there happened to be a comment in there, a bunch of comments about homework. And what is this homework I was referring to from the week before, or the day before, or whatever it was. And so I posted a link in the description, but it was kind of too late. I edited the name of the video to that it was Facebook Live, or it was live broadcast unedited. And so hopefully new people watching will kind of get that. But anyway, it was a hexagon blanket. If you saw, it was released on Friday. And the homework I was referring to was a hexagon blanket. And so it was a video tutorial on that. But we made a trivet as a like a small version as the homework, because it was like small. And so anyway, so hopefully everybody understood. I hope you guys like having the Facebook Live unedited ones pushed to YouTube for your reference. It might be easier to find sometimes. However, any of the Facebook Live broadcasts that you want to see, if you go to Good Knit Kisses on the Facebook page and then go over to video, we have them kind of curated by what they are, the different disciplines. If you want to do crochet or loom knitting or needle knitting, they're in those different categories. And then there's a whole category just for the Q&A day. And anyway, so Robin had asked me about it, and it made me think, I need to ask you guys what you think about that. Is that too confusing with it unedited like that? Or are you guys always wanting polished, edited videos from me? I just can't do it all. And, but I want to push something I want to have something out there every Friday. So, anyway, don't get upset, sweetie. It's hard not to get upset. And also all these emotions are like surging with me just because of this medicine too. So like, if I'm just a little bit upset, like normally if I get like a little bit upset on the inside that you don't see, my joy overcomes that, and I'm like, it's all good, and I kind of tell myself that. But when I was on these hormones, I keep seeing my family on these hormones, all of a sudden it was just like blah, like totally to the 100th degree. So it was just making me like crazy. So Melissa says, I feel your pain, 6 kids. I know, I only have 3, so my hat is off to you. Look, there's no hat off to you. Yeah, it's a lot, and it's like sometimes 3 kids can feel like 6, and sometimes 3 kids can just feel like 1 when they're doing really well. But when they're all sick at different times, you have to take them all these different appointments. Then you have your own appointments, and then you have your work, and then you have other life things that happen. It gets crazy, right? So, anyway, Chris, yeah, you're allowing yourself to feel overwhelmed. Yeah, I was allowing myself. In fact, and also in the mix last week, we had to buy a new car. So, I think I told y'all, when I was getting off the broadcast on Wednesday that we were going to be looking at a car because my green machine, as we used to call it, pooped out on me. And, I gotta snooze this thing again one more time. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I had to buy a car, and, I haven't had a car payment in years, and, like we had 2 cars, no car payment, and it's great, right? Not anymore. So, that sucks. Excuse me. So being sick and all that other stuff. So I'm leaving the dealership, driving this car. I say new. It's a 2011. It's not that new, okay? But it looks new. I mean, it looks really nice. It's a nice vehicle, but anyway, it's a 2011, so that I can afford it. But I'm driving away. I should feel happy. I should feel excited because I have a car. I have a new car. I mean, new to me, and it looks really nice. It's a nice vehicle, and I'm panicking. These hormones are raging, and I'm panicking, and then I'm panicking about projects I haven't done, and I'm panicking about things that people have said to me for projects or for other things, and then I would read on Facebook later on like other things that people were saying, and I had to be really careful about what I would reply with because it was not going to be good, and I was like overreacting, and like it is so hard. And in social media, if you say the wrong thing, people like freak out at you. And so I haven't been responding to people. I'm so sorry. So if you have written me in the last week, I am not ignoring you. Okay. I am ignoring you on purpose, but I'm not ignoring you because of you. I'm ignoring you because of me. and I want to do a good job. So Joanne, if you're watching, please help me, because there's some people who need responses. um, yeah, so anyway, I'm totally going off on a tangent, but I'm being real, and you guys know like what happens. So just to be a little more real on this Q&A day, on YouTube, when you're a YouTube personality, like, people send you all kinds of requests, and you get things like people want you to find stuff for them, like you're their personal Google. They want you to find your best pattern and your best video for them. What do I do in this situation? You know, do you have a video for this? I'm like, okay, I want to be like, can you go to my channel and go and look it up, please? Like, please. You took the time to find me, to write me here. Why couldn't you just type a little keyword into my channel? Like, I get really frustrated. Like, you know, I'm not a computer. It's so frustrating, and I'm just being real. And then I get questions like, hey, by the way, you know this pattern? Not mine. But yeah, this pattern, I need you to explain this and this and that. I'm like, it's not my pattern. That person lives and exists, and they're very available. Like, why are people asking me for other people's patterns? I get those things. And then I get other questions that, like, are clearly available, but it's so frustrating. And then you put me on medicine for medical purposes, and it's a hormone, and my tolerance to respond in a positive way and find them the whatever information or whatever, I have to not answer, because it would not be a good response. So that's what happens when you ask me a question. And anyway, so I'm trying. But it's really hard. I'm sorry. This is a whole random TMI. I probably shouldn't even post this. I probably shouldn't say any of this. But at the same time, you gotta know this is real. Okay, let's get to a real question. I'm sorry. Heather says, I asked how big you would make a blanket for a car seat. That's a good question. But what I would say is, my answer would be, look at your car seat, measure the width of the car seat, and maybe add like 6 inches. Maybe 9 inches, enough for the bump of the baby and then to fit around the sides. And then make a swatch and figure out how many stitches per inch that you get, and multiply that out times how many inches that you need. And then you know how long that is. And then measure from the car seat, like where it goes, right where the buckle is, you know, which is supposed to be like, you know, there's their nipples, and it goes across, the little bar goes right across there, for the fastener. Measure from the fastener to the feet, and then add another 6 inches so it can be tucked under. So it's basically like a big lovey. Now, if you want something, so that would snug and tuck them all in. But if you want it longer to be also double as a stroller blanket, then you could probably add maybe another 12 inches. So that's what I would do for a car seat, Heather, personally. I do have on my website, if you want to look for blankets, there is a blankets a chart for typical blankets, but I don't think I have car seat listed. Carol says, Wanda wanted to know if they had ideas for next books, where they should send them. Email me at Kristen@goodknitkisses.com, and you know, just know that there is a timeline for making books, and it might take me 6 months to a year. I'm just gonna say it that way, depending. And it doesn't mean that, like, whatever you send me, I will do, but it's something that I can consider. It may be something that I've already considered, and I'm already implementing. So, but I do like your idea. So if you have ideas for me, you can send them either to Kristen at goodknitkisses.com, if you have a question that you think Joanne could help you with, like if you want to help with, or if you want to be featured on something, on Goodnight Kisses, you have an idea for something, you could write Joanne at goodnightkisses.com. And she helps me too. Or if you have a website question. Tracy says, best way to learn to read crochet patterns for beginners. Okay. Actually, Tracy, the best person for that, well, not the best person, but like, because I haven't researched everybody, but Michael at the Crochet Crowd has a bunch of video lessons right now on how to read crochet patterns, and he has like some sort of pop quizzy tests to see if you know what certain symbols are and kind of test yourself, which I think is an excellent way to learn. So check out the Crochet Crowd and his videos, but go to thecrochetcrowd.com and look for how to like learn to read crochet patterns. And anyway, I think there's a current blog up. If not, there's one in there that's in the past. He does some, he's done several over a period of time. Summer says, I'm a giant nerd. How do you figure out yardage? Okay. I'm trying to understand. Due to use one of those windy things with the gears, I usually just weigh it and convert it using the label. Oh, Summer. Okay. So you're talking about the Yarn Swift. How can you measure, how do you figure out the yardage that's on there? Now, if it's a hank, like that you're making, like say you're spinning your yarn, and then you're making it into, you're winding it yourself. There's things called nitty knotty, and there are different lengths and stuff. And depending on how many revolutions you do and which nitty knotty you use, you can measure it out by that. And it's like one full revolution is like 1 yard, or X amount, and then that would do it. But on the winders, I don't think you can tell because they squish up and it changes the size. But I do what you do, what you're talking about is usually weigh it and convert it using the label. Yes, and I have a video on that if anybody is interested in finding that out. Okay, this is my little thing, and I'm gonna have to snooze my thing. I'm gonna have to leave here in like 2 minutes. So anyway, but if you want to learn how to do that, go to I have Yarn Class 101, and towards the end of the video, I show all this math on how to figure out how much you need. And then there's also an article on my website on how to do that math and use calculations. So you can say calculator as a, go to goodnightkisses.com, and on the little search bar thing, type calculate or calculator. Also, if you want to find out whatever charts I have, write chart. Anyway, just write keywords on goodnightkisses.com and you will find a whole lot of information. So go to goodnightkisses.com. If you ever search, it's not going to search all of Google. I know that I personally get frustrated when I go to someone's website and it only searches all the internet. And I'm like, I want to know what's on this website. So that's how I made my site. Robin says, we love you because you're you, not perfect, but incredibly fun, thoughtful, compassionate, quirky, and awesome woman that you are. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I do. I really do. I feel better now. I mean, I'm starting to feel better already, but that was very encouraging, and I truly thank you. Marie says, take a deep breath. You're fine. You're human too. Do what you do need to do to stay healthy, Joan says. 2 days works well. 2 is good, but 1's okay. Everyone says, take a deep breath. And take a step back when you feel you're overwhelmed. Nicole says, easier said than done, but I think it's true. Yeah. It's a blessing to see you any day, she said. Britta says, I miss you every morning. Not too confusing. Let's see. Oh, we'll take whatever videos you do, edited or unedited. Thank you so much. Robin says, as long as our explanation, it would be fine, especially when it doesn't go right in the main content of the video. I'm not sure I understand. Okay. Let's see. Please be safe. Thank you. Oh, you got storms. Oh, I hope everyone in Oklahoma's doing all right. What kind of car did you buy? A nice one. I hesitate telling people what I buy because okay, let me just put it this way. I bought years ago for a really, really good deal, a luxury car. And I'll tell you, the reason why I bought it is because when we go to Colorado, we like to drive, and I like to be comfortable sitting in the back. If I have my father-in-law riding with me in the front, like I have really long legs. I'm 6'1". I want to be comfortable. And there's very few cars that I feel comfortable in doing that. And anyway, and we have 6 in our family living with us. And so I wanted a car that seated 8. And I wanted something that I felt nice in it. So it's a QX56 from Infiniti. It's an Infiniti. It's a really, really nice car. But it was a 2004. Like, that's what I had before, was a 2004. And so I upgraded to a 2011. When the car pooped out on me, it had 173,000 miles on it. So we bought another one that's over 100,000 miles. And then we set that we wouldn't spend over X amount, and then it had to have 4-wheel drive because we go to the mountains a lot, and we found that we need that. And anyway, so my husband does work, anyway, but we bought it used and it's old. So anyway, yeah. So it is a luxury vehicle, and some people would get on here and be like, oh my gosh, I live on fixed income, or, I can't afford things like that. Like, please don't compare. Because I love you all, and I do understand. And, cause I've had some people go, well, that's just not relatable. And I'm like, well, that's me, and that's what I like. And that, but I'm not driving as much anymore, so I can keep the mileage down. But when we go on trips, we go really long and we go far away. And as some of y'all know, we took a spontaneous trip to Colorado just a few weeks ago, like with no luggage. And but at least we were comfortable. So anyway, oh, Joanne says, I'm on it. Thank you so much. Standing agreement for peace. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. I'm looking at the time. I better get going. Bridget says, oh, Kristen, we love you, and you're human. It happens. Big hugs. Thank you so much, everybody. Chris says, amazing how adults want you to spoon feed them. I know. It just sucks. You're frozen with the cutest look on your face. Really? Oh, I'm sorry. It's hard being a woman. Hang in there. It is hard being a woman. I'm just telling you. Thank you for all you do. You appreciate it. Here, can we freeze on this face? Mikey is currently doing stuff on reading patterns. Okay, so that is current. Okay, sometimes he pushes other content like that he's done previous, and so I wasn't sure if his blog the other day or his post the other day was current, or if he was just saying, hey, look at this old stuff. So, cause I do that too. And, I want you guys to know what I already have. So thank you guys for all the love. I'm just scrolling through. I'm going to have to go so I can get my hair done. What? Use fishing line to measure to find out how much yarn? Oh man, Melissa, I think I would I don't know. That would be a mess for me. But yeah, I just weigh it. I get a postage, I don't have it. I get a postage scale, and, I put a bowl on it, and I put in my project, and then, and weigh it that way so that the bowl makes it where I can put more in. Anyway, so anyway, thank you guys so much. Oh, thanks for the link, Carol. I appreciate that. Anyway, okay, Alicia, what best yarn for the octopus for loom knitting? I don't know. That pattern's not mine. That's kind of one of the questions that I get on stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done that pattern. It's so, I mean, I do have people ask me about just popular patterns, and I'm like, I can't answer that, so, I'd say find the pattern and see what it says. So yeah. Myrna Springer hopped on. I'm so glad you're here. Myrna, thank you so much for dropping off that yarn to donate. I really appreciate it. So actually, because you gave me a bunch of cotton yarn, I'm going to give it to the ladies who knit up at our church. They're just a local guild that gets together, and I think I'm just going to take that bag up there and give it to them, because I know that they make washcloths for chemo patients, and they make hats for babies and NICU, and I mean, you had some other stuff besides. Anyway, you had a nice variety in there. And so I think I'm going to give them that. I also have another bag of yarn someone just donated as well. So I'm going to take all that and let them kind of pick through it. And then they also make like prayer shawls. They make other things. And so I think that would be perfect. So thank you so much for your generous donation. And I will be moving it along to someone else that I think can really use it. Because right now I can't. I don't want it to sit there. I want it to go to somebody who can use it and give back to someone else. So anyway, all right, cool. I think I'm caught up on everything. People are going, Chris says, people are going to judge, but it's none of their business whether you buy luxury or not. You don't have to justify. I know, but people do that. Like if I use a yarn that's way too expensive or, things like that. And they're like, well, I couldn't use that. I have to use Red Heart and I have to Super Saver. And, I'm like, everybody use what works for you. And so I think I'm just being like extra sensitive right now. Like I said, I'm on these weird drugs. Like it sucks to be a woman, and then we have to do stuff, and then our body goes crazy, right? So I'm just being honest about it. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me again after my crazy broadcast. I don't know if the other broadcast even is available, so hopefully I'll go back and see any of your questions. Much love to you all. I really appreciate all the love that you guys were giving me today. Mwah. I will see you hopefully on Wednesday, and I'll show you whatever I'm working on. You guys have a great day, and happy knitting and crochet. Thank you for the love. Bye, everyone.